Hi, this is Kim. So from today onwards, I'm going to be working on a tutorial series of how to make Modular Synth experience in VR with Unity. So without further ado, let's actually go get started. Alright, I'm going to make a new project from Unity. Anything is okay, but I'm going to choose 3D right here. It's going to take time. Alright, so in this new project, I'm going to make an empty object right here. And I'm going to name it oscillator. And in this object, I'm going to add a component called audio source, and this is what's going to make sound in Unity. And I'm going to make a C# script called oscillator. New script, create. If you can wait a sec. So now you can double click it and it will open up your favorite IDE. It's not necessary, but for future purposes, I'm going to add the require component like this. So when you add this component, add this script to an object, later it will automatically generate audio source into that object. So now all I need is a function called onAudioFilterRead. You don't have to call this function on your own. Unity is gonna automatically call this function when audio source needs to output a sound. Please be mindful of the parameters it has to have. So we're ready. So what it does is that Unity is going to pass the audio buffer to you inside of this function so that you can work on manipulated audio buffer to make sound. Alright, so I'm gonna make 4 variables. So float frequency, private float increment, private float sampling rate, and private float phase. Sampling rate is going to be the same as audio setting in the Unity project. Alright, we need to calculate discrete samples in order to generate sine wave in this environment. So I'm going to define increment per sample. It's frequency divided by sample rate. Since we are dealing with signals that can go all the way from -1 to 1, we might face negative frequency, but I don't want my oscillator to go backward, so if there is negative frequency, I'm going to flip it back. And we need for loop because we are dealing with a lot of samples at once. So by default, this function is passing 1024 times number of channels. In this case, we have stereo, left and right, so it means we are dealing with 48 samples at once. It would make sense in audio programming to specify, oh, this sample is for left channel and this sample is for right channel, but no, there is no such thing as that in audio programming. Of course we have metadata specifying how many channels we have, but like other than that, we just have plain stream of audio data. So it's important that we iterate through every channels. And since I'm planning on multiplying 2 pi's to the phase, there's no use for the phase to be greater than 1. And I'm going to make a mono sine wave generator like this. Alright, we're pretty much done, and let's test this boy. So yeah, thank you so much for watching the first episode of this tutorial series, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you're interested. Thank you so much, and I will see you later.